Hi, day 30 of the travel vlog. Day 30 already, Deb.
I can't believe it. That's nearly a month of daily vlogging. I want to give us a round of applause.
That's only because she does all the hard work. I need to give Debbie a round of applause.
No, it's joint effort. Obviously, of course, it's a joint effort. So welcome. Today, we are talking about our last destination on our exciting 12-month trip to Southeast Asia.
Yep.
And where's our last stop, Patrick?
We are back to Malaysia.
We are. Now, if you've been following us, you'll see that we've already discussed Kuala Lumpur
Yep.
and Borneo,
Yep.
which are both in Malaysia.
Within the Malaysia
Continent. Yes. So, but then our plan is to actually go back and discover a bit more of Malaysia. So we have our notes again, our good old notes.
Yeah.
So we will be looking down and doing some reading, so please bear with us. So our research has come back and it's recommended.
It is. It has recommended for a 3-month base, highly recommended, Penang. And that's Georgetown.
Well, Georgetown is the capital of Penang.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So our research came back and said that probably for a 3-month stay, which is what we're planning, you're best to base yourself in Penang.
Which is ideal. Slow travel. It should keep the costs down, everything else, because you're looking for long-term rental whilst you're there. Instead of moving all the time. And to be honest with you, it's very tiring, keep moving.
It is, because we've experienced that before. So that's something that we're trying to avoid as much as possible.
Yep.
So the reasons that Malaysia and Penang in particular is a good base is it's got a rich culture and history. It also has UNESCO heritage status.
Which we love. We do like UNESCO. We seem to be hitting on that. And obviously, you've got to see it. If they put heritage status on these areas, I mean, you're mad not to go and have a look, aren't you?
Oh,
to see what it's all about.
Yeah, that's my motivation for going to this part of the world. To be honest, is all of the UNESCO sites. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah.
It's not that she loves me and wants to run around the world with me. No, she wants to go and see UNESCO.
On to number 2, swiftly. It has excellent infrastructure. So my understanding is it's a big city, so it's got good healthcare, good transport, and it's good for co-working if that's needed.
If that's what you do for the nomad capitalists, not nomad capitalists, the nomad tribe that are out there working their way around the world.
Yes. It has good international connections.
So I presume that is flying in and flying out.
I would have thought so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And possibly other forms of transport too. There's a diverse food scene.
Cool. We do like a diverse food scene.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it means by diverse. And do you know what I'd like to see?
Whether it's multicultural.
Well, I'd like to see is have they got any English places to eat or British cuisine?
No, we can't. I'm sorry.
But if it says diverse, I'm wondering how diverse is it? Might it have a nod to the Brits there? Who knows?
Is it Benidorm? I doubt it.
I doubt it too. But I'm just saying, it'd be interesting to find out, wouldn't it? It's got a laid back, but an also lively lifestyle. Now that confused me.
Yeah.
Because it's a contradiction in itself. So we'll just have to figure that out.
Maybe it's not as much hustle and bustle is in the sense of, the last time they said about it's really packed, it's really crowded and everything.
Well, I think we've had words chaotic
and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's probably, it's quite laid back, but there's a lot going on in the area.
Oh, yes. Yeah, that makes sense.
That's how I would read that.
Yeah. No, I think that's a fair way to look at it. And then it's got easy access to other regions of Malaysia, which, again, it would be perfect for us because we want to explore further afield. So this is sounding good to me. And you can rent monthly apartments there, which lots of expats do.
Oh, that's good.
So you never know, we might meet some along the way.
So that'll be interesting. If you've done that, we'd love to hear in the comments. And do subscribe if you want to see how that works out for us, because it's like in the UK, you have to rent for 6 months or 12 months.
Minimum.
Minimum. So it would be interesting that if you can do that without having to worry about holiday lets rather than the whole market.
Yes. Yeah, so that would be very handy for us with our 3-month plan.
Yeah.
Things to do in Penang itself. So explore Georgetown's street art and heritage houses.
Cool.
Navigate your way through almost 100 heritage sites
Wow.
in the historic centre.
That'd take us 3 months on its own.
I know. 100 historic sites. Or heritage sites. So that would be interesting, I think, to definitely do a few. Anyway, take a few off.
Range, yeah.
And then this is...
Try the amazing hawker food. Now, I love the idea of this. With lots of street food as such, and you just get basically, to my understanding, you get a table, and there's a number on the table, and then you go up and you choose your food from which delights you want from the different traders that are there.
Yes, it sounds like maybe the tables are in a central area.
So everyone's eating together. You got time to meet each other.
And you could choose maybe from that stall.
Yes.
I could choose something from that stall.
Yep.
And as long as you've got your table number,
it comes to you.
Yeah, you go up and order it, and then they bring it to the table.
Yeah, that
so
sounds quite cool.
I like the sound of the hawker food experience.
Yeah.
And apparently Penang is the food capital of Malaysia.
Oh, right. Oh, cool.
So, yeah, I'm looking forward to the food there. So, another thing to do in Penang is visit Kek Lok Si Temple, which is the largest Buddhist temple in Malaysia.
Well, that'd be interesting. That'd be interesting.
The next one is probably not for me, but it's
Bit of hiking again.
Hiking
you know
again.
Debbie likes a hike if you've watched our videos.
Oh, there's hiking's everywhere. Hike Penang National Park to Monkey Beach. But then it does say, check out this 4.7 mile out and back trail near Penang. Generally considered a moderately challenging route. It takes an average of 1 hour and 40 minutes to complete.
Which isn't too bad.
So, and I don't know if it's flat. It might just be a walk. They've just put a hike in there.
Yeah.
Which that's something that we'd definitely be okay
enjoy.
for and we'd enjoy.
Yeah.
When I think of a hike, I think of a mountain.
Head down.
Yeah.
And
there's a big incline.
All the equipment, making sure, if you're not careful, you get into trouble.
Yes,
that's a hike.
Yes. Whereas this to me sounds like a nice stroll to a place called Monkey Beach.
Yeah.
Where...
Well, I presume there's monkeys on the beach.
I was going to say, as the name suggests.
Sorry, but that was a little calf called Monkey Beach.
Yeah, well, maybe both. Maybe both. We went on holiday and there were monkeys jumping around the beach. Where was that? Was that Mexico?
I think it was.
Yeah. Where you'd come out with the complex onto the beach in the evening usually, and then you'd see all the monkeys come out.
Yeah.
So maybe similar to that. You could also stroll through the clan jetties. And these are traditional houses on stilts over the sea.
I'd like to see that.
I would.
Yeah, I'd like to see that because stuff like that is of interest to me.
Yeah. Well, it's construction.
Yeah. Well, it's architecture and it's culture.
Yeah. So I didn't know what a clan jetty was until obviously I did this research. You could go up Penang Hill for some great views over the city.
Okay.
You could join a local cooking class again, which is something that we are interested in doing.
Yeah.
And the cost for that is approximately £45, which is doable.
Yeah.
Enjoy cafe culture and co-working spaces if you are a worker on the road. So that sounds nice.
Yeah, so there's quite, it sounds like there's a variety for all types, be it the local nomad that's working his way around, the backpacker, the slow traveller, and the freedom lifestyler like ourselves.
Yes.
So there's an array of things to do across the board. So that sounds good.
Yeah, within Penang itself.
Yeah.
So I think that will take up a fair bit of our time, and it'll be a nice area to stay. It's sounding it is anyway. So then easy trips from Penang, and this is from a weekend to 1 to 2 weeks, depending on your preference, I suppose. So Langkawi, that if you want to go to Langkawi, that would be to relax on beaches,
visit waterfalls again, which I love, mangrove forests and islands. So that Yeah, might be of interest. I'd have to look into it a little bit more.
Yeah. You can also get a cable car there to Gunung Mat.
Sinang?
Singkang?
Well, it's the second largest mountain in Malaysia.
Yes.
And I do like a cable car. Cause,
Now, I'll go up a mountain
Yeah.
if there's a cable car. That's not a challenge at all.
just sit there and rock your way, you know.
No, that's lovely. I would like to do that, I think.
Yes,
I think that
sounds
sounds
good
really
to me.
nice. And there's tax-free shopping.
That shocked me, tax-free shopping, because it's not a place that and I look into tax-free
Living.
places and because it really interests me, and I've never heard that come up before in that area. So I'm quite surprised about the tax-free shopping, and I'd be interested if anyone's got any idea, if you have an idea about that, and any comments you could put down below on that, because I'm very interested in that.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of produce they sell, that is tax-free, or maybe just everything is tax-free.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting. So that could be a possibility for us.
Yeah.
Another recommendation is Cameron Highlands. And our research is saying 3 to 5 days there, because there's tea plantations, strawberry farms. We get strawberry farms in the UK. I wonder if they'll differ.
Well, see, I'm not a strawberry person. It's quite funny. It's a fresh strawberry I'm not keen on, but I love strawberry syrupy stuff. So it's the flavour, the artificial strawberry flavour I like, but I'm not keen on strawberries. That's mad, isn't it?
That is mad, yeah. I love strawberries.
Unless the ones in the UK aren't that great and the flavour's not there.
Well,
Because they're very watery and very
But they're quite
bland.
tasteless in the UK, sadly. And I believe that they will be very different there. I think
So
they'll
I would-
probably be full of flavour.
Yeah, I'll definitely be trying to see if I like.
Well, if we go to Cameron Highlands, that is. But there's a cooler climate there with beautiful hikes. Again,
Okay.
not for me, hikes, but
Moving on swiftly.
moving swiftly on. Another place we could go is IPOH. Apologies for the pronunciations again. Not great at it. And again, recommending 3 to 4 days would be plenty there. That there we'll find some colonial architecture, white coffee culture.
What is white coffee
Have
culture?
you ever heard of white coffee?
I've never heard of a white coffee culture.
Well,
I mean, to me, a white coffee is like a latte or something like that.
well, clearly it's not though. This is obviously a thing. It's a white coffee. So
I really don't know.
maybe
what it is.
you'll try that. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't like the taste of coffee. So possibly you
Oh,
might.
again, if you know what it is, please put it into the comments below, because we'd love to know what the white coffee culture is.
Cave temples.
Yeah, I
We'll
love
find
that
out.
sort of thing. That's interesting.
And these ones are unique because they are partially built into surrounding limestone hills that form the local landscape. And apart from these temples, there are caves that are open to the public for visits. So it sounds like there's lots of caves on this island or in this area. And again, it talks about the local food, and the local food in particular on this island, because I dug a bit deeper with the research, again, was the white coffee came out.
Yeah.
And again, excuse my pronunciation, Ngwa Choi Kai.
Fair play to you.
Ngwa.
I don't even know how you got your head around that one, but fair play to you.
It was not easy. But basically, that's poached chicken with crunchy bean sprouts and soy sauce. Or they do salt-baked chicken. That sounds nice to me.
It does.
Salt-baked chicken. And then dim sum. And dim sums are bite-sized steamed or fried dishes. And then for the sweet lovers, there's kaya puffs, and they are pastries with sweet coconut jam filling.
Might be a nice taste. I think it would be very rich for me, but I think they would be nice to try out.
I think they'd be very sweet.
Yeah.
And they'd probably be full of gluten, so being celiac, I probably won't be allowed to partake. So then the next area that they're suggested to go and explore is Taiping. And in Taiping, there are lake gardens.
Lake gardens, so what that means we should find out. Charcoal kilns and mangroves. Visit Kuala, is that Sepang?
Sepatang.
charcoal factory to learn about the traditional process of making charcoal and kilns. I don't know if that really floats my boat because I know how to make charcoal. So we shall see.
Yeah, and that is apparently a laid-back small town.
Yep.
Excuse me. On to the next place that has been suggested, which is Perak and the Royal Bellum Rainforest. I don't know if we want to do rainforests, but let's see. This is good for wildlife spotting, elephants and hornbills. We'll come across some remote indigenous villages.
Interesting.
And you can get a houseboat or jungle stay. And the best way to get around Royal Bellum Forest is to spend the night in a Royal Bellum houseboat. By using a houseboat, you can stop at a suitable place according to the activities and offers. I like the idea of a houseboat.
I like the idea. I'd want to look into it more.
Yeah.
But yes, I like the idea of it.
I like the idea of a houseboat rather than trekking through the jungle. The rainforest, should we say. Then we go over to the east coast. Terengganu and Kelantan. And there we can visit the Perential Islands.
Snorkeling and diving. For you again, the old snorkeling, excuse me.
Yeah, snorkeling is great for me. Diving, not so much. Explore traditional Malay culture in Kota Baru. From crafts to interesting building architecture, as well as its vibrant streets that are packed with local stalls. That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
And we can experience local crafts like batik and kite making. Fancy making a kite?
Yeah, I did. I made a kite as a kid and I loved it. It was good fun. So maybe I would enjoy that.
What are we going to do with the kite? Put it in the suitcase?
No, just give it away afterwards. But to make it would be quite fun.
Yeah, find a local child and give it to the local child.
And maybe fly it for a minute. Go back to my boy days.
So moving away from the east coast onto Johor, which is near Singapore, apparently. And they're recommending 5 to 7 days for that.
See, I quite fancy popping into Singapore.
But then,
if it's possible.
Well, see, my concern over that is the visa situation.
Yeah, but Singapore's part of Malaysia.
Is it?
I believe so.
We'd need to check that out.
We need to check.
If you know, please tell us.
Yeah, I think
Save us having to.
I don't know if
look it
it's
up.
a different visa.
That's the thing. I've got a feeling Singapore is separate, but we'll find that out. So the Johor, we could visit Johor
Bahru, yeah.
which is a major city and quite spread out. There's numerous activities to enjoy, from visiting family-friendly theme parks, not really relevant for us with no children.
I don't know. I quite fancy a water slide.
We can always find a water slide for you. You can explore unique natural wonders, sample vibrant food scene and shopping, and take a Brooklyn cruise at Puteri Harbour, which is approximately 45 minutes. So there must be like a river or running through the city where you take a cruise, just a small cruise for 45 minutes.
Well, it says the harbour.
Oh yeah.
So it might be in the harbour. So it's ocean.
Ah, yes, you're right. Okay. Also at Johor, you can explore the Desaru Coast. The Desaru Coast is located on the southern end of the east coast of Malaysia, facing the South China Sea. You'll find 22 kilometres stretch of beautiful coastline. While many tourists visit the Desaru Coast as a day trip, with a range of top resorts recently opened there, it's also the perfect place to relax for a few days. A must-do in Desaru is to take a firefly cruise through the Sungai Labam wetlands. These 40-minute tours take place at night, where you'll cruise down the Bujang River, so there is a river, through the firefly breeding grounds and see thousands of fireflies light up the night skies.
Oh, that would be a definite.
Oh, as they emit yellow, green and red coloured lights.
Wow.
I wonder why they're different colours.
I don't know.
I'm sure that tour will tell us.
Yeah.
So I like the sound of that.
Yeah, I do.
Because that's something I've never, ever even seen written down anywhere.
No,
let alone advertised.
No. Yeah.
So yeah. And then the last thing is take a trip to Singapore if you like. So
See,
maybe it is easier.
Yeah, I think it might be, and if it is, we'll definitely go and have a look because I quite fancy popping over there for a couple of days.
I think it's very expensive in Singapore.
Yes,
That's
hence a couple of days.
Yes, must think about the budget.
Depends how we get on at the budget at that stage.
Yeah, must be sensible. Bearing in mind this is our last destination. We may be on rations by now.
Yeah, be looking for things on toast.
So I'll leave that up to you.
Things to consider for a 3-month stay: accommodation, monthly serviced apartments or condos in Georgetown are easy to find, and price range from 400 to 1,000. I believe that's US dollars.
Yes.
Depending on the standard. Now,
That's per month.
yeah. So I think that's something that we're really looking forward to showing you guys what it's really like there, because we've looked on certain apps that we all know of, and it can be a lot dearer than that. So
Sometimes triple the price.
yes, so it'd be interesting to show you what the true cost of things are out there.
Yes.
Visas, most nationalities get 90 days. I mean, 90-day visa free in Malaysia, but again, double check based on your passport.
Yep.
And then transport, you can get around Penang by bus, but for regional trips it's easier to rent a car or use intercity trains and buses. See, I quite like the idea of going on a couple of train trips and stuff like that.
Yeah, me too. But we may hire a car also.
Yeah.
Because we like that too.
Yeah.
We'll check out the road system there before we do that.
I don't think that'll bother me. I think I quite like the independence of a car. But
Yeah.
I do quite fancy, I've seen some channels, YouTube stuff, where the trains are exceptional. So we'll definitely go on at least one train journey.
Well, you
whilst
never
we're
know.
out
We
there.
might be able to get a train from Penang to Singapore.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something that we can
Yeah.
look into. Then on to healthcare. It was mentioned earlier, but Penang has excellent hospitals and clinics. Weather?
Malaysia is hot year round. Be prepared for humidity and periodic rain.
Periodic rain. Yeah.
So connectivity, again, SIM cards are cheap, widely available. They're talking Cellcom, Maxis, Digi are popular. Then we got the cultural respect, which is a normal cultural respect, which I think we should all be doing, especially as slow travellers, is treating people how you want to be treated yourself, and making sure that you pay attention to other people's cultures and don't just, what's the word, sort of force your way into their system and not consider them.
Yeah, it's about respecting their environment and their culture and their home, isn't it?
So because Malaysia is multicultural with significant Muslim, Chinese and Indian populations, respect local dress codes, especially in rural and religious sites.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yes. Which is just respect again, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's not like, it's like going to most countries is just the culture of that country, but obviously it's multicultural.
Yes. So there's
So
lots
you've got to be aware.
there. Yes.
And then the language, English, widely spoken again. We're so lucky with us people that our native tongue is English. But a few phrases of Malay go a long way.
As in any country, doesn't it? If somebody makes an effort to say hello in your language, you'll always appreciate it.
Yeah, definitely.
It always it makes people smile, I think. So yeah, that's it
Yes.
for our final trip.
Yes.
Final portion of our trip in Malaysia. I honestly cannot wait. How long is it now until we go?
I don't know. How long is it?
I think it's about 8 weeks or just under maybe. So we still have time to, get ourselves sorted, but there's still lots and lots to do. So I'm grateful for that time still.
Do you think we'll carry on with the daily vlog at the moment? Or do you think this 30 days was enough just to put the itinerary on the channel?
I think it was a good idea to do the 30-day daily travel vlogs, and I'm happy to carry on doing them, but they'd possibly be like more live uploads, I think.
I think it'd be a good idea.
Just on our thoughts and our feelings for that day, or whatever activity we're doing that day, or prepping we're doing. but it won't be like this, you know, where we've done lots of research and we're discussing things, unless obviously we feel there is something that's really important to go through with you. Otherwise, I think, why don't we move on to live?
To be fair, I mean, these are pretty raw anyway. We don't sit here working out exactly what we're going to say or anything like that.
No.
You do the research, as you can probably tell. I turn up at the last minute and we chat about it. So I think live is better for all of us. We've got nothing to hide, and I like the idea of going raw with our content. A couple of reasons. AI is taking over these days. We don't want to compete with AI, and it's, you know, we don't want to spend forever editing.
Well, we just can't.
It's
That's
just
the reality.
time. Yeah. So
not with everything else that we need to organise and plan and, you know, get our heads around. Bearing in mind, you know, we've got a whole house here to sort out, and, you know.
Yeah. So to enjoy the journey and have you guys enjoy the journey. And if you do want to enjoy the journey with us, do subscribe. Come along with us, because we'd love to see more of you. You know, I think the live events will be better for all of us, because we'll be able to spend a daily vlog without the stress and pressures of editing.
Yes, and the time that editing takes. So we're trying to streamline things for ourselves here, but without compromising you and your experience. So what I think we're going to try lives now, moving on from today. Now we've covered all of our itinerary of where we're going, and hopefully you like it too, because it is raw. It's all about being authentic and giving you a real experience of real people.
And that's going to be our daily vlogs. But what we're going to do, any daily trips that we feel are special, we're going to do 1 or 2 of those a week, aren't we?
Oh, definitely. Once we leave, we'll have separate content.
So we'll have 2 playlists, one for the travel playlist and one for the daily vlog.
Daily vlogs, yeah. Oh, I'd like to carry on with the daily vlogs, you know. I think it would be nice for you to truly follow the journey that we're on, because it is a journey and we're learning as we're going along, and we'll have highs, we'll have lows, and I think we want to share. We've chosen to do this, so let's just go for it and do it. Just go live.
Yeah,
we've got nothing to hide, like you said.
Yeah, the thing is, it would have been nice if we could have someone to listen to and watch how they did it before we go. But we're doing it all raw, and we're doing it all as we go along.
Well, we're doing it from scratch as well. So quite often I've come across a few people on YouTube who are actually, you know, after the event, and they're talking about their experiences and what they've learned. I haven't yet seen anybody doing what we're doing, which is, this is the preparation, this is why we decided to do it, this is the process that we're going through, this is how we're feeling, and that's what we wanted our channel to be about.
Yeah. We didn't want any fancy stuff. We just wanted it to be real and make real connections along the way with you.
Yes. So come along on the journey.
Yeah. Subscribe if you want to come, and we look forward to chatting some more. So I believe the next one will be a live one.
Our first ever. Wish us luck.
Yeah.
We may get things wrong, so bear with us.
See how we get on, and we're still learning, so we look forward to seeing you tomorrow live.
Yes. Until then, let's hope we sleep tonight.
Bye for now.
Take care. Bye-bye.